Okay, so we're going to have a look over the differences between the new website versus the old website and compare how everything's laid out now. So straight away you can see the TVL and all of the current prices of all the individual assets, as well as how much is in supply and how much the actual cap of each asset is. This is the same as the old website, but with a lot less white, so it's a bit easier on the eyes. You no longer have to scroll down to get to this information here. However, I suppose that information is now no longer available on this home screen, so you probably have to go into so now you have to go into the corresponding LPs in order to find out what the TVLs are for each corresponding LP. So they've moved the information that was down here to what is probably a more relevant place, as well as gotten rid of all of the white boxes which are not so easy on the eye. Yeah, I quite like the way that they've set up this home screen now. It's quite nice. You've still got the farm and stake buttons that should take you to the LPs and into the LPs in the cemetery, and the staking in the masonry. So let's click those and see what happens. Right, so they've hidden all of the legacy pools. As you can see, the legacy pools are still visible down here, which has caused quite a bit of confusion with some people when explaining what pool it is that you're supposed to be putting your money into. They often click down here, so that's nice that that's now gone. So moving into the actual individual pools themselves, let's compare. Right, okay, so this now drops down all of the information that you're after, whereas before this would actually take you into a separate page. So again, they've gotten rid of the white boxes, and it looks like they've put some commas in between, so it's easier to read the number. That's quite nice. I like the fonts and things that they're using, rather than just what looks like a fairly standard font. This is, I don't know what you'd like to say, it's a slightly spookier looking font now. Other than that, your relevant information is still there. At the moment, it looks like the amount that your staked tokens are worth is actually broken, as 566 tokens is not $7.2 million, unfortunately. Otherwise I'd probably be spending some of that already. So on here this is displayed correctly. 566 is $2,262. So I assume that's something that they are fixing in the background. Other than that, everything else is displayed exactly as it was before, just tidier, neater, version 2, let's say. So moving into the second pool now, you don't have to go back now. You can get into the second pool by just clicking on the view, and you've still got the same display issue here. If I go show you in here, so you'd have to go back to the cemetery and then click on view. It's little quality of life things like that that the developers are really helping us out with. So 2.8 LP is $863, which is displaying in here as $36,000. So yeah, that's incorrect. Something that I assume they're working on. Moving on into the masonry. Yep, so everything is displayed in here. This is actually the correct value in the masonry, so it looks like the issue is isolated purely to the cemetery, so it's going to be a way that they are calculating the phantom and the second component in the pair there's an issue with. So what does the masonry look like currently? So again, we've got the white boxes and the old style text. All of the same information is included. Yeah, it just looks nicer. Everything is still there, and this one is actually displaying correctly. So interestingly, why does it say T-share? Right, okay, so this here is displaying incorrectly. This should not say T-share staked, it should say tomb there, because this is my rewards. this is the T-share staked, and this is where I should be being paid in Tomb. So correct 18.81 Tomb, 18.81 Tomb, but it should say Tomb earned, not T-share staked. Moving through into the pit, differences, again, got rid of the white boxes. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. Yeah, I can't spot any errors on this page here. Then we got regulations, right? So, yep, that looks pretty nice and tidy in comparison to this here, where we've got horrifically white boxes. Again, just looks like they've put a lot of effort into sorting all this out. Interesting. That's a good place. I didn't realise you could view the amount of T-bonds being purchased and people actually redeeming the T-bonds. So that's nice to know that that's somewhere where you can go and view all of that. And yeah, some other good information in there. And then docs, yeah, exactly the same. It just takes you out to the docs into a different link entirely. So yeah, that does it. That wraps up how things look. So yeah, they've got rid of that horrific white background and replaced it with a nice purple one, a dark purple one. So yeah, looks really good. Love the way that it's been modified. They just need to sort out these display issues here and here, and then again they need to replace this with Tomb earned instead of T-shares staked.